Well, in today's live CEO Freedom Masterclass, we are going to give you the 4 things that you have to have in place to communicate your value and sign high ticket clients, and help you understand why not having these things in place, even one of them, is really causing you struggle in your business. If you're watching this live stream anywhere other than our Facebook group, you can join us at ceofreedom.com/Facebook to get this weekly live training, daily strategy tips, and access to free resources, as well as connections with our community. Now, my name is Shannon Lavinia, and my co-host and husband, John, is here with me.
Here I am. Good to see everybody. We're so glad that you're here. Quick introduction. If this is our first time getting to know each other, Shannon and I have been educating entrepreneurs for 20 plus years. We've done over 8 figures in sales online as well as offline. We've helped hundreds of students achieve high levels of success in their businesses. And we're both best-selling authors and been featured in publications such as Entrepreneur, Market Watch, and others. So we're the creators behind the CEO Freedom programs and the paid framework. And we provide coaches, consultants, and agency owners automation and growth strategies to sell out their programs and magnify their impact. So we're going to be giving you some tips today that we think are going to accelerate your ability to either get in or increase your ability to be in that high ticket space, which so many course creators and consultants and coaches certainly deserve to be in. So Shannon, what is our first point that we're going to cover today?
All right, well, let's dig in. So we're going to be covering 4 strategies for you. And the first of those is your branding. Now, one of the biggest barriers that we see to our clients or people that we're communicating to about our programs, people who come into our brandbuilderai.com system, is that their branding does not look the part of somebody who should be receiving high ticket clients. And quite frankly, we live in a visual judgment society. So people make a judgment within their first 3 seconds of seeing something visually, and that will either indicate that it's something that they should like, something that they would like, or something that they should trust, or something that would be worthy of their trust. So a really easy way of relating this, I'm going to take you through 2 quick scenarios just to put it out of business and into real life. But I want you to think about the experience that you have when you walk into a store like the dollar store or Dollar General, right? If you walk in, every once in a while, we'll pop into one of those stores if my daughter needs an abundance of crafting supplies. And it's always extremely overwhelming. Things are scattered. There's stuff on the floor. It's difficult to find things. And on top of it, it's dirty, right? So we don't expect to pay a premium for items in that store. Now, the flip side of that is, think about when you walk into a Nordstrom or a Neiman Marcus or a Saks. Everything is designed for you to have an actual emotional experience. You walk in, they're pumping, music, or they have a live piano player. Everything is on the rack in perfect order. Somebody is coming to you to instantaneously ask if you need help and to assist you in finding whatever you want. They're pumping relaxing scents through the air. It's an entire experience, even dialed down to the actual temperature of the air in the store. So all of this has been designed for you to have that premium experience. So if you go into that store and you see a pair of jeans that are $200 or $300, you're willing to pay that price versus walking into a Walmart and expecting to pay $15 or $20 for a pair of jeans, right? So what is your online digital real estate? What impression is it making to the people who are landing on your page? Oftentimes when we're looking at people's, even their Facebook profiles, we have a very difficult time figuring out what they even do. And if people can't figure out instantaneously who you are, what you do, what you offer, and who you do it for, they're going to click off of your page and probably never come back again. So you want to make sure that your branding is really professional, it's up-leveled, and across every single platform that your branding is consistent, and it's very easy for people to tell what you do, who you do it for, and the problem that you solve, as well as how to get in touch with you or how to buy or purchase your products. A second quick scenario that I'll relate to you, and this is something that we tell our clients often who might devalue the value of branding, is if you were bringing your ideal customer to your house, if they showed up at your doorstep and you opened your door, would you want all your dirty laundry? Would you want it to be confusing where to go? Would you want old papers laying around? Probably not, right? You'd want to open the door and welcome into a clean, orderly space so they knew that they could trust you and it wasn't overwhelming or it wasn't confusing. Same thing with your online space. If you have outdated posts, outdated links, if your links are broken, we even see people who are marketing coaches or sales coaches, and we go to their profile and their links are broken. And in my mindset, if you can't get your own stuff working, why on earth would I trust you to have to pay you to have someone else's stuff working? Right. So you want to think about the actual perception, because online in the digital marketing space, it's very competitive and perception is reality. Okay. Number 2, John, over to you.
You know what? I'm going to give you number 2, but I just got to relate a bit to that, Saks, Neiman Marcus versus, a dollar store or something, where the line of demarcation for me, as you were describing it, was, all right, I'll tolerate being in this space because I need to get art supplies or something for my daughter, versus I show up in this space voluntarily just to smell the leather and stuff, right? I might buy something today, I might not, right? But a completely different experience. Mm-hmm. So that leads us to the second thing, which will help you communicate value, because certainly if you're going to be demanding the high ticket price for premium services and things that you can get done for people, one of the things that you're going to want to do is compel people to obviously want those things, to buy those services. And what's the best way to do that? To prove value in advance. Some people calling this moving the free line. All right. So, but imagine this. Let's say you're a business owner and you've got a mountain of problems. Okay. And you're looking for somebody who could help you solve those problems. Well, what if you showed up and you're an expert at solving these kinds of business problems and you just solved one of them for someone for free? Look, here's the free lesson or the downloadable thing or something where I can demonstrate to you how to solve that problem, which without you having to say it or convince anybody of anything, you just proved that you're valuable in the marketplace. So you want to prove value rather than just professing it. Prove versus profess. Because think of it like this. Would you rather have a convincing argument or a compelling offer? I'll take a compelling offer any day, because now someone of their own volition is saying, well, yeah, I mean, this obviously, yeah, I got to buy this now, right? I'm compelled to do so because I'm already getting value, versus, all right, let me sit here with my arms folded and now you convince me of why I should, give you some of my precious money or whatever. The situation you want to be in is where the person can recognize value because you've already demonstrated it. And they're happy to say, here, take some of this worthless money. I don't want that. I want that value. Give me those benefits. I already know your worth, your credibility, your value to me and my business. Or if, let's say, you're a relationship coach or something, and you help somebody solve a communication issue they're having with a spouse, a significant other, a child, right? Parenting. There's a million ways to apply this. But this is why you want to give tips and demonstrate value in advance. This will create what Wallace Wattles said back in 1910 in his classic book, The Science of Getting Rich. This creates what's called the impression of increase. In other words, every interaction you have, whether it's real or virtual or whatever, every time someone connects with you, your brand, and whatever is under that umbrella, they should leave feeling like they've experienced increase. They're better off than before they had met you, or before they received that email, or before that interaction. It's always the impression of increase, always moving that needle up, 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 which predisposes and pre-motivates people to saying, here, let's do business now. Let's transact. So that's the second thing. And if you're truly an expert in your space, you should be able to come up with plenty of little tidbits, little things that you could publish that would bring people, your ideal customers, closer to you. Are you going to connect with everyone? No, of course not. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute here, Shannon, the idea of sorting as opposed to like convincing or hard sell or that sort of thing, which leads us to the third thing. Shannon,
right. And both of these things, oftentimes you think about communication as the words that you say, but communication is also your visual assets and the things that you do. And both of these, your branding and the wins that you're giving to people along the way, this is communicating, you can trust me, right? I'm the real deal. I'm worthy of your money. And you're doing that without saying the words or having to strong arm the person, right? You're bringing them closer to you. Now, the reverse of that is if you're not giving anybody any wins and your branding is all a wreck, you're also communicating, but you're communicating the opposite of what you're intending. You're communicating, you can't trust me. I'm not really an expert. I'm not put together. I'm not organized. And that builds distrust, right? So you definitely want to know that there is a polarity there, and you want to take every step that you possibly can in the trust direction. So the third thing that communicates value and is absolutely incredible is testimonials and proof of work. So to give you an example, you can go on my Facebook profile. You can also look anywhere in here. You can go into the guides and you will find tons of testimonials for what we do. Now, sometimes when you're starting out, you might not have any testimonials. And in our program, when we're coaching people, we give them strategies to very quickly get testimonials or social proof that they can deliver on what they say they can deliver on. So if they're helping somebody to organize their finances, we give them a strategy so they can get testimonials that prove that they can help someone organize their finances, so forth and so on. And you can utilize very specific strategies that do not take a lot of time or a lot of effort to bring in a ton of testimonials that can give you that social proof. So when you're looking to actually, accomplish something like this, you want to think about what your visuals are saying to people and how you can get them to that yes even quicker. So I'm just going to show you, this is one of our pages. This is for a challenge that we have coming up called the Get Paid Challenge. And on this page, we have tons of social proof, tons and tons of screenshots, of testimonials, of results that we've gotten for people. And what that does is it gets people over the hurdle. And it also creates a situation where they're relating to the results that we've gotten for people. They can see themselves in the other people, right? So they can see in the testimonial, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need, or that's the exact result that I want, or that's the experience I'm having. And the more you have that, the more you can connect with your ideal clients. We often find times people just never ask for testimonials. They never screenshot comments that are sent to them for results. So this one strategy. We often do the no close close, where we just send people tons of testimonials in Messenger and stuff until they are thoroughly convinced that we are the one who is going to get them the results. And that just has them click the buy button without any heavy lifting, without having to overcome a lot of objections, without having to be a sales message wizard. It's really a non-salesy close because you're just putting in front of them the proof that you can get the result. Another great example of this is we do VIP days where we have people fly in here to Florida and we spend the entire day with them crafting their funnel, their offers. We do photo shoots on site. And all I do is, well, I shouldn't say I do it. One of my assistants just takes pictures and video of that throughout the day and posts it on social media. And that's how we get our next VIP day clients. We don't run ads. It doesn't cost us ad spend. It's simply showing that proof on social media that builds the trust and gets people to spend a significant amount of money. Our VIP days run anywhere between $15,000 and $25,000 for the day, but it literally cuts down the span of effort that they have to do from months to a week. Right? So if you think about that, time is money. Time is extremely valuable. It's our most valuable commodity. And if we're condensing the amount of time that it takes them to launch their product with a working funnel that we know is going to convert and have all the professional imagery and stuff, it's totally worth it. But we show them why with the visuals. So that's number 3. And John, you want to cover number 4?
I will cover number 4 and then
boom.
Yeah. So here it comes. Number 4. You ready? Here it comes. You got to be willing and able to communicate with your clients. So now this may seem a little bit counterintuitive, especially coming from a couple who own the most advanced AI integration, CRM, automation system, brand builder AI, and nothing beats it. I'll just tell you now, nothing beats it. And it does so much for us, but what it can't do is literally be us. There comes a point, especially if we're talking about a significant decision, right? We're not talking about just spending a few $100s on a course or a couple $1,000s. Some of our programs, 20, 50,000 plus, right? Shannon just mentioned VIP and things like that. Do people, let me ask you, for you personally, would you buy that? And be honest with yourself. I can't hear your answer. Or would you buy that without actually having a conversation with the expert or some staff member who can guide you to, if this is going to be, the right move for you, or reassure you and help you build that confidence that you are in fact making a profitable decision for yourself and not just throwing money at just another thing that didn't work? Would you do that just off of a funnel? Well, here's the thing. Yes, we've got the best funnel systems in the world, but the funnel doesn't end because somebody watched the video or clicked the thing, maybe the buy button on the low ticket program or the introductory product. The funnel continues into, here's the private consultation. Here's the, in some cases, somebody already bought the main thing. Here's the referral program or to participate as an affiliate. The funnel never ends. So since we're talking about communicating value, I want you to think of it this way. When should you stop communicating value? Never. Okay. And by what means are you not willing to communicate value? Great question, because I know some people want to hide behind a computer screen and hide behind a keyboard. And sure, with like mass market offers and low ticket kind of things and entry level, sure, you can have funnels do a lot of work for you. But now we're getting into a higher level of significance. And there is a hierarchy that goes with that level of significance. You can call it the hierarchy of communication. All right. I'm just going to invent this on the fly, Shannon. So here we go. So at the top of that hierarchy, we would say is one-on-one conversation. So here I am talking to you. You have no question about who I'm talking to. You're hearing me. I'm listening, right? And then down we've got, one-to-many. So here's a video. Maybe he's talking to me. Maybe he's not. Right? You may be thinking that right now. This guy, John, I mean, he's making sense, but he's probably talking to everybody else, not to me. All right. So you see, we're lower on the hierarchy. And then there's things like messenger and email and carrier pigeon and smoke signals and things. So we're getting lower and lower on the hierarchy. I guess interpretive dance would be somewhere on there. But none of those things sell as well as us having a conversation. Now, here's the beauty of this. And I know it's cliche, but you've got two ears and one mouth. Right? So what do you get to do when you're actually in a dialogue with somebody? You get to listen to them. Does anybody remember the movie Miracle on 34th Street? Christmas movie, Santa Claus guy, right? And Macy's versus Gimbals, right? New York City. And the Santa Claus guy, who in the movie was actually Santa Claus, he was, I guess, working for Macy's, and he told the kid or the kid's parents, hey, you need to go to Gimbals to get that thing. We don't have that here at Macy's. And it was like this big shakeup. How could he send them to the competition? Well, the competition could serve the customer better than we can at this point. It's not our customer. It's their customer. Let me save you some time. Go there and buy their stuff. And it was like a big shakeup, if you recall the movie. Okay. Are you willing to do that? And if so, here's what this is going to do. This is going to boost the trust and credibility that you have in the marketplace. Because remember, you don't need to feign expertise in some area that you're not. All the time. Look, all the time, we have people contacting us looking for solutions in various kinds of businesses. There's some kind of businesses where we can help you, no question about it. Like, we are the source that you want to go to, case closed. Of course, we need to communicate that to them. But in other cases, these people are into like other stuff that that's not our world. It's not our world, man. We know people. Why don't you talk to so-and-so? So now I refer somebody to so-and-so. Now, why am I able to do that? Number one, I listened, which who doesn't want to be heard, right? That's why are people on social media? They want to be heard. They want to be validated. They want to feel like, they've got a voice, that they're important, and, all the other psychological stuff that goes with that. But they know I heard them now. So do they like me more or less? They like me more. Okay. And the fact that I'm not like a rat looking for cheese and I'll sell everybody anything I possibly can. There's the trust. There's the trust. They already saw the testimonials. And if that works for them, well, then easy decision. And if I'll tell them, no, that's not going to work for you, you need to go there, the trust grew even more. Now, look, there are going to be plenty of people who never want to cross that line, because we're talking about significant, high ticket coaching and courses and VIP programs and everything else. There are some people that just want to be in the lagoon and never venture into the broad ocean beyond, right? They won't book a call with you. Okay. Every day we have hundreds and hundreds of people that see our stuff. And here you can click here to book a free session or something. A lot of people, they don't, right? They just want the free stuff. Okay. Thank you for saving me time. Maybe tomorrow that story will change. But right now, in present time, we're going to work with the people who are serious about getting a solution, either from us or if something else will help you better, go over there. You can only do that if you're willing to listen. The other thing this will do for you, and why this is an upward spiral, is because what happens when you listen to people? You get information from people. What's important to them? What do they want? Right? I'll tell you, the person you can never. I've closed over $100 million worth of sales. The person I can't sell is the person who won't tell me what they want, either because they don't know or they're just they've got a communication issue or whatever the story is. Like, if we can't identify a target, how do we hit the target? Confucius say, man who shoots at nothing, sure to hit it, right? Well, I don't know what I'm shooting at. So how do you sell that? You can't, right? So again, if you can't serve the customer, send them in a direction where they can, whatever they need to do to figure out where they want to go. Or if there's, something where they do know where, but it's not you, then send them in that direction. But either way, you're going to get what's called survey data. When people tell you what's going on with them, here's my problem, here's my desired outcome, here's the ideal scene, here's what I want, here's what I don't want. That is survey data. And now you can strengthen your funnels, your automations, your outbound communications, your video sales letters, and whatever else, because you got the data. That only happens through two-way communication, not you assuming things. So this fourth piece is enormous. You've got to be willing to do it and not hide behind a computer screen or a keyboard. Okay, especially if you're dealing with significant price levels and outcomes, significant outcomes that you're promising to your ideal, customer or client. Shannon, I know I just hijacked the whole conversation. I'm going to stop talking. All right.
Yeah, but it's so valuable because people do hide behind their computers and they don't do the actual work to communicate to the people that are in their ecosystem, right? That they're connected with on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn. And it's those conversations that will actually produce the sales. So, okay. So just to recap, I'm going to run through these 4 things real quick. How to communicate your value so that you can attract and sign high ticket clients. Number 1, branding. Do a branding check. Make sure that your branding really does look super professional, right? Above and beyond, so that you can attract, that your messaging is very clear about what you do, who you serve, and the results that you get. Number 2, give people a win in advance. What can you offer or demonstrate that can give them some success and appreciation for you? People do love to reciprocate. And that reciprocation is often in the form of buying something from you. Number 3 is social proof. So make sure that you have some proof that you can do what you say you're going to do. That builds trust. I can't even begin to tell you, it's exponential, right? And it also decreases the amount of effort that you have to personally put into the sales cycle. And then number 4, be willing to connect with your clients. Be willing to talk to them one-on-one, to engage with them in that way. So these 4 strategies are very important. Now, your next steps are to apply them. Obviously, this is the what. The how we dig into our actual coaching program, where we work with you in a group setting or one-on-one to master each one of these elements and to make sure that every one of them is on point so that you can bring in clients very quickly. So if you are eager to have consistent 25K to 50K plus months, then your next step is to book a call with us. You can go to ceofreedom.com/discovery. That's the first step where, we'll learn about your business. You'll learn a bit about us. We'll give you some initial strategy and we'll decide together whether we need to move on to the next step, which is learning about our programs. So definitely you can book a free discovery call, free strategy call at ceofreedom.com/discovery. Now, our live training for next week is how to overcome the fear of sales and confidently ask for money. So getting rid of any inhibitions you have about the ask, so that you can say to somebody, hey, how do you want to pay for this? What's your credit card number? Do you want to wire? Whatever the statements are going to be for your particular program. So we thank you for being here today. And again, if you're not in our Facebook group, go to ceofreedom.com/Facebook, and we'll see you on our next live training.